this is Lisa Marie from McCall Pilates Studio. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to work on some self-massage techniques. So if you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab that. Also a ball, and make sure there's not too much air in it. You don't want it to be too taut. And then two other items that if you do have either a tennis ball or a little squishy spiky ball that you can buy online. All of these items you can either get on Pilates.com or on Amazon. My favorite foam roller is the OPTP. It comes in all different softness to hard. This is kind of a medium foam roller. You want to be careful, especially when you're doing some self-massage, that you don't have too hard or a spiky roller. I have never used the spiky roller, but to be honest, I'd rather have something that's going to be a little bit more gentle on my fascia. So we're going to start off with that overball. And again, if you don't have all these props, you can kind of pick and choose. But I do suggest if you want to kind of build your little home Pilates studio to get these items. So you're going to place that overball right behind your upper back, between the shoulder blades, and then your knees are going to be bent. You place your hands behind your head and just start to roll over that overball, going into a little extension, your elbows open wide, you're cradling the head, you're breathing, you're just going as far back as it feels okay in your body. And then using your own strength in the neck, you're just going to bow your head, and your head is just, your hands are just cradling your head for some support. And I like to bring my elbows in just a tad bit. So we'll try that 2 more times. Again, you're just going to start to articulate over that ball. Let the elbows open wide. Let the head drop back. Again, you decide how far you want to go. Take a long inhale towards your chest, your ribs. And then on your next exhale, bow your head, draw your abdominals in, elbows come back in. And then last one, again, just taking your time. It's like you're wrapping each little vertebrae over that overball. And then just letting those elbows open wide. And then again, bow your head, elbows come in, let your ribs drop. Awesome. I like to usually roll off to one side to come up into a seated position. And then you can go ahead and grab your foam roller and place that foam roller on your mat. And so you want a long foam roller for this. You're going to sit on that foam roller right at the edge, and then you can use your hands for support to lie down onto the roller. So you want to make sure your head is on the roller, your sacrum, your tail is on the roller, and then you're just going to lie here and just focus on your breathing. Long inhales through your nose, long exhales out your mouth. And then I just like to do some small motions from my pelvis, side to side. Just getting a nice little massage in that sacrum lower back area. Just going from side to side, you're breathing, making these motions small and controlled. We'll get one more each direction. And then bring it to center. And slowly bring one arm up and then the other. We're going to do a little protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So really envision your shoulder blades moving your arms. So you're gliding your shoulder blades away from the foam roller to reach up. And then gliding your scapulas back down onto that foam roller like you're giving it a nice hug. We're gonna get 2 more. You're reaching up, letting the shoulder blades come away from the foam roller. And then you exhale, glide those scapulas back up against that foam roller. And then last one, reaching up. And then again, hugging that foam roller with those shoulder blades. Awesome, that should feel good. Now you're gonna interlace your fingers, elbows are wide. And again, make sure you're moving from the shoulder blades to move your arms. Gliding the shoulder blades and the collarbones. Brings those arms over your head. Now if you notice, my hands are in line with my head, right? So I can keep my ribs down. If I go past my head, let your ribs pop up away from that foam roller for a little upper thoracic extension. That's completely fine. Then initiate the motion from the ribs first. See how I drop my ribs down, then I move from the shoulder blades and the collarbones to move the arms. Let's try that 2 more times. So again, you're moving from the shoulder blades, the collarbones, the arms. And then let your ribs pop up as the arms reach overhead. Let the ribs drop down, gliding the scapulas, the arms, back to center. Last one, again, letting the arms, scapulas, collarbones all move, letting the ribs pop up as you reach behind your head. Let the ribs drop, let the scapulas, collarbones, arms, bring it back to center. So a lot to think about here. So now you're going to bring your arms out to your side, and this in itself might be a stretch if you're tight in the pecs. If you're not feeling much, then you can bring those arms a little bit higher on the floor. But if that feels intense, I suggest going a little bit lower so you just barely feel the stretch, and that'll allow you to have the opportunity to really expand your ribs, your sternum through your own breath. And so here you could hang out for a minute, 5 minutes, you get to decide. We're just gonna hold here for another 30 seconds, just breathing towards the ribs, the chest. And this is a great exercise you can do on the foam roller every day, especially if you're sitting at your computer a lot or driving or had any type of surgery in the chest. This is a great way to open it up. And again, if you feel any numbness or tingling going down the fingers, then you just want to go a little bit lower with the hands. You don't want to feel that sensation. That's not a good sensation. Okay, and then again, unless you want to do some core work, you could articulate up into a seated position. But if you're really just relaxing into this, again, I suggest just rolling off to one side and then pressing yourself up to a seated position. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna take this roller and place it underneath our hamstrings, okay? So be careful not to put it underneath the knees, just the hamstrings. You do need some shoulder strength here because your hands are gonna be behind you to lift your hips up. Once your hips are up, you can just start to roll the back of your hamstrings. And I like to even go onto the elbows sometimes and just get some small motions here. And then you can go back up onto the arms. And again, just get a nice roll out of the hamstrings. Just be careful not to roll the back of your knees. And you go slow and controlled. I think of this as a self-massage, right? If you were getting a massage, would your massage therapist just go really fast and not concentrate? I hope not. You'd want to get a new massage therapist. So you go slow and controlled. You want to focus. It's best not to watch TV or have a conversation while you're doing this, so you can actually really listen to your own body. Then you're going to go into heels in external, so my toes are And then you can do toes in, heels out. That's our internal rotation. That's going to get more of the inner line of your legs. Okay. Now, if you wanted that to be more intense, you could just shift your foam roller off to one side, and then one leg is going to support yourself on the ground, and then the other leg is going under the foam roller. Okay, so that's another way to do that. Also, if you've got any shoulder stuff going on, this might be a better way to have your one foot onto the floor. I'll show you on the other side too. So like that. Yeah. And again, you can kind of choose how much pressure you want on that foam roller. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to take that foam roller, we're going to place it right where the scapulas begin. Elbows or hands go behind your head again. Elbows in. It's similar to that overball stretch that we started off with. So you're just going to lift your hips up. And you're just going to roll from mid-back to upper back. And again, where you don't want to go is your lower back to the floating ribs. That's not a really good place to roll and put a lot of pressure. And then you can let your elbows open wide, head, roll back, lift the hips up a little bit higher. If you want to go deeper into extension, you're just going nice and slow and controlled. And then if you want to get more in the latissimus dorsi, that armpit area, you just add a little bit of rotation. So I'm rotating to the left, just getting most of that pressure to go underneath my left armpit. And then I'm going to try the other side. And then the right. And again, just some pressure underneath that right armpit. And then bring it back to the center. To come out of this, let your butt drop, release the hands behind your head, use your hands to help yourself come up into that seated position. Awesome. And then the last one I'm going to show you with the roller is to roll out your quads. So again, you're going to place this roller onto the quads, not the knees. You're going to be on your elbows. So again, this takes some shoulder strength. Feet are hip width apart, and you just start to roll. You just stop to the point that you're about to go into your pubic bone, and then you can roll down right above your kneecaps. And again, you want to go nice and slow and controlled. And here I've got my legs in parallel, but you can also do this in a turnout, where your toes are pointed out, heels are rotated in. Or toes in. And again, you drop down onto the knees, press up to come out of it. I'm not going to show you the IT band one. I actually don't do that one anymore. That sometimes can actually make that IT band worse. It's a long tendon. So, it's up to you if you want to do that one or not, but that's one that I skip. Okay, now, if you have a tennis ball or a squishy ball, go ahead and grab that. And we're just going to do a little self foot massage. So I'm just going to pivot this down so you can see my feet. And I'm going to use the squishy ball, but you're going to place that squishy ball right underneath the balls of your foot. Okay? And so here, what you're doing is you're just putting some light pressure into that ball. And if you can see, my heel is down. And I'm just rolling side to side. So I'm actually rolling my foot over the ball. The ball's not really moving that much. Okay, then I'm going to roll towards my mid-arch. And when I do that, again, I'm just going to let my heel drop down, and I'm just going to go from side to side. And then I'm just gonna start to kind of roll the ball, lift my heel up, just forward and back, and maybe some circular motions, but just nice and slow and controlled. And the first time you do this, I always suggest to not put too much pressure down. You'll know tomorrow if you need more pressure, okay? If you wake up the next day and the bottom of your foot hurts, then you know you put too much pressure. Okay, then I'm going to my heel, okay? And then if you notice, I'm spreading my toes, and I'm just putting some light pressure right where the arch and the heel begin. And then I go back to the balls of the foot. And again, you can just do some side-to-side motions, maybe some forward and back. But what you don't want to do is this. You're not going to get much out of that, okay? So it's just nice and slow and controlled, working out some of those points from the balls of your foot to your arch, and then going to your heel. I like to do that 3 times, and then after 3 times, just stand there, really spread your toes. Notice how your right foot feels compared to your left foot, and then just make sure you do the other side. So I'll show you the other side also so you can see that. So again, you're going to start from balls of the foot, just do some side-to-side motions. And then to your midfoot. You can hear my feet crack a little bit here. And then you're gonna go right where that heel starts. Put some downward pressure, but you see I'm spreading my toes. Okay, and then you can roll back to the balls of your foot. Just do some side-to-side motions. Your midfoot. Again, side to side. And then right where that heel begins, and really spread the toes. And again, you're going to do that 3 times. Again, going nice and slow. And then when you're done, you just spread the toes. Again, just standing there. Analyze how your feet feel. And what I feel is just a little bit more support, right? On the ground, I feel like my foot is a lot flatter. It just feels good. But again, I suggest starting with the softball before you go straight to the tennis ball on that. Take a long inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bow your chin towards your chest, rounding down, softening the knees. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, slowly stack back up, 1 bone, 1 vertebrae at a time. So I hope you enjoyed those little self-massage techniques. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at mccallpilates@gmail.com. Bye.